What up? We're here. It's Sunday, it's late. It's like 9:30. 9. Drew's here, he's deadlifting. Drew's got the tripod out. So we are pushing tonight. On top of pushing, we did meal prep back at home. So that's another reason why we're at the gym right now. I gotta let the meals cool off. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm sorry. It's 9:46. Yeah, 9. Can we see that? 9:46. Also, let's talk about some albums. All right, first of all, CLB is fucking trash. All right. Donda, not so bad. It's not the best, not the worst. From a production point of criticism, I think it may have been top 5 from Kanye. Doesn't mean it's the best, but it was creative. CLB was trash. I did not like it at all. All the leaks we heard was all we got from Drake. The rest were features. I don't like it at all. I'm really disappointed with the album. Not to say that I'm pro Kanye, pro Drake. I judged both for what we got, and I'm just really disappointed. I'm on Timeless from Jay Cortez. Unbelievable album. He teamed up with Tiny. I'm just all over the place with music. First of all, music is underrated. We don't appreciate music as a whole. It literally will drive us insane. The other day, when we had that rainstorm or hurricane, whatever it was, Wi-Fi was down in the gym, and nobody had music, because the Wi-Fi is, the Sonos speakers are on Wi-Fi. So once the Wi-Fi dropped, there's no music in the gym. And for a while, I stepped out to download music, and then I came back into the gym. But in the morning, there was no music, and nobody had, and if your earphones were on, right, because it's a concrete structure, the building. So the service in here kind of is trash, because through the walls, you're never going to find it. Music is important. Music is important. But anyway, waiting for Pri to kick in. I'm kind of getting warm. Traditional push day today. We're starting with incline dumbbell, moving on to shoulder press, and then accessories. But we are 55 days out. Exactly 55 days out tonight. So by the time the video goes live, do the math. Show is October 30th. We're going to Texas. And we're excited. So let's get to work. And I'll let you know. Places will be, execution, plan, the whole 9. Moving forward with prep, training, mindset, wavelength, the whole 9. So I got my energy going now. I got music going. So let's start this workout. Alright, so we just finished up. We did heavy dumbbell incline, 3 sets of 6, and then I did some bat downs. I did a 3x8 to 10 with either 45 or 50 pounds. I didn't show that just to get total blood flow to the chest. We're moving on to dumbbell overhead press, dips, and flies. So for my push segments of the training week, it's more specified towards total activation. So for me, even the way I do dips, I'll show you guys, and I'll try to explain a feel as best as I can. But for the most part, dips have been really, in terms of muscle or spot growth or overall chest development from a muscular standpoint and size development, I've been getting the most activation with that. And then incline dumbbell, I'm kind of learning as I go. I kind of left flat bench because there was no overall chest activation in that whatsoever, at least for me. So dumbbells getting better as we go. Nothing's to a T, but just trying to mentally connect with most of the movements as best I can. We are going to do 3 sets of 12 on dumbbell incline, relatively lighter, more range of motion, so full activation as best I can within the given movement. And then we're moving on to dips. Yes? Okay, so you guys can see the way I'm performing the dip. For the sake of showing you the movement, I kept my head up, but what I'll do is I really tuck my chin, almost bring my scapula back, keep it tight the whole way through, and then when I'm coming down and expanding, I'm actually just opening up, because I'll do a relatively closer grip on the actual dip bar itself, but instead of coming almost straight down, I'll go wider. So almost like at the bottom of the movement, it looks like I'm here, and then at the top of the movement, I'll come down and really squeeze at the bottom. So it's almost like when you're doing a cable fly and you're bringing it down and across. And I'll really, when I come to the top of the movement, I'll almost externally rotate my shoulders forward and kind of crunch my body up like an accordion, and then really get that squeeze at the top. And I'm going as far as, because shoulder mobility is an issue on this. This is actually where I got like the nagging shoulder pain, but a lot of people aren't performing dips properly. So do it to your extent, right? So when I say feel the stretch at the bottom of the movement, it's up to your limitation. So like for me, it's gotten better and better over time, and I can go deeper, but depth or deepness, whatever you want to label it on the actual dip, is subjective to the individual. So your stretch, your ultimate stretch at the chest may be here, and then you're just coming to the top of the movement. So it all depends on the actual individual and where the restrictions are, where the mobility is. That's really where the whole, like where I kind of fell in love with bodybuilding, because it's all subjective to the individual. Like one range of motion will not work for the other, just like a certain movement will not work for the other as it does for one. It's all subjective onto you. It's all personalized. It's why when it clicks, like it's the best feeling in the world. We're gonna move on to lateral raises now, cable flies, and get out of here because I've been in here for a hot fucking minute. Okay, so I'm now in a rush because I was taking my time in the beginning, but I have to get out of here. 3 sets of a cluster set. So I'm pretty much going to failure. High, mid, low. It's usually like 8 to 12, honestly. When I go low to high, I usually do relatively lower because I don't wanna use so much of my front delt. But same concept. So when I'm doing a high to low fly, you can kind of see in the movement, I'm kind of positioned this way and keeping my shoulders. I don't really go back. Again, same thing, scapula retracted, but I'll kind of curve down. That way at the bottom of the movement, I'm really externally rotated forward to get the most activation in my chest. And then when I'm doing the middle, the mid fly, trying to explain the feel. Same thing, I'll kind of come, like And the thing with flies, at least for me, it's never about how wide I can get, right? Because your chest connects up here. So realistically, like even me doing this, I'm expanding my chest. So almost when I'm getting wide, it's almost like an RDL. You know how like you break at the knees first, and then you send your hips back, and then you break at the knees in an RDL. I'll do the same thing. I will open up my chest in terms of width with my arms, and then I'll break my elbows and get that extra stretch instead of like continuing to go back and potentially cause a front delt strain or pull, whatever. And then low to high, low to high is kind of hard. I'm still figuring it out myself, but I'm doing relatively light, like 10 to 20 pounds. And then I'm really just focusing on squeezing. At the top of the movement, you even see me kind of twist my elbows just to engage the chest that much more. But it's ultimately a cluster. It's supposed to attack all areas of the chest. And I'll usually do 3 to 4 sets. I'm gonna do probably 3 today because I'm really feeling ultimate activation. And then what I'm not gonna record, and I'm finishing up here, is lateral raises, front raises. We're gonna cluster set that, and then a tricep movement, and we're getting out of here. But this will be my last clip for this workout, and I'm gonna pick up at the house. I'll show you what we made for the week for dinner, and then I'll let you know what we eat throughout the morning. All right, so here we go, guys. We are just about finished. I don't know if it's gonna focus or not, but this is crap. So it's gonna not spray. I gotta figure out side chest still. I gotta figure out front activation. Just gonna tricep. So I would literally, like I will like 100% pose every day, just to make sure, just to ensure just to feel the routine, fluidity, all that stuff. I don't want to look like a robot. I don't want to look like I know what I'm doing. I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing, etc., etc. So no matter if it's day in, day out, nothing changes. It's always one thing or more that clicks on the given day, whether it be activation, better positioning, what am I lacking, what's not activating, how can I fix positioning, the whole 9. So that's where we're at in terms of that. Tomorrow we have a pull day, which I will probably tag along to this and kind of show you guys both splits, or both upper splits I should say, because we're going to be starting with rows on that, but I will continue that tomorrow. We were going to get home, wow, English, we're going to get home right now, finish my night off with a shake, do a little bit of work, show you guys my meals for the day, for the week, and then we'll pick up in the morning. I'm here. Damn, they fuck with my camera. Hello? I'm here. I'm not recording. There's way too many people in the gym. I already have anxiety. I already want to like yell at everyone. Focus is good. So the goal was to train early this morning at like 4 again, but my boy didn't wake up, and the way I ate my meal today, it was 78 grams of protein, I think 80 carb, and 22 fat. That was my pre, but that was at like noon. It's, what time is it now? It's 2? 1:30, it's 1, almost 1:30. I ate that at like 11:30, 12. My next meal, because it's gonna be heavy, won't be till post gym. So if I waited until then, because like now I'm timing my meals properly so I have the most energy and the most efficiency, and that wasn't going to work out to my favor if I waited later, because then I would have had to really train late, and tomorrow I plan on going back to my early sessions. So not going to record today. I am doing a pull day, but I will pick up at the house. I didn't even, by the time I got home last night, I didn't even show you guys my meals. So when I get home tonight, I'll show you guys what we're prepping and everything, because we might be taking the car out. We might be going to Shake Shack tonight, but I'm just going to dial in. I'm already like annoyed because there's too many people around. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just like, the diet fatigue, I'm just like everybody got to fuck off. So yeah, put the camera down, take some pre, get moving, and we'll pick up at the house. Okay, we are home. I am loading Netflix. And so this is what we made. It was 6 ounces of ground beef. We have some sweet peppers. It's 4.5 ounces of sweet peppers. And I have a serving of the Tostito sauce. So the macros for this meal are as follows. Oh, and I have a slice of cheese in here. So we are at, what is that, 2 grams? So 44. About 60 grams of protein. You know what? I'm gonna label the macros on the screen because I'm lazy, but I'm gonna eat this up, and then I'm leaving my I'm closing out with a shake for the night. It's around 4 o'clock. Session was alright. Gym was really busy. Not really satisfied, but 150 protein, 145 carb, 55 fat. That's what we ended today at. This is gonna be one of my lowest weeks, or lowest next couple of days, because this is gonna be as close to the way I set it up is I want to kind of do, because I'm almost at like a halfway point, so I want to anticipate what it's going to be closer to the end of the diet. So so far so good. 2 days into it, not the worst, not the best. Training today was kind of shitty. That's because man, I was just talking to one of the guys in the gym. I can't be around people, not right now. The mental fatigue more than anything is really getting to me, and I understand it, and I'm kind of like trying to not put myself in those situations and give myself like the best opportunity possible. So like that's why I'm training either super early or super late. So that's where we're at with training and eating and everything like that. Macros are usually a little bit higher. I'm like at 200, 220 carb. That's the only difference from other weeks as opposed to this week. Like I said, I'm just trying to gauge where my body can potentially be pushed to. Other than that, I think we're really good. Training's been good. Trying to think in terms of like, I'll explain, right? I think I explained my push day a little earlier. I'll explain my pull day and then my lower days as well. Very, very different. And looking at it now, looking how different the training styles are now as opposed to like when I was just like in a fuck it mode, and like training and just eating whatever. What I'm doing now feels like honestly just like a warm up. It's not even like anything, like the movements I'm doing are just very minuscule, but given the body and its energy and how it's feeling right now, it feels like the most, even though it's actually less. So less is actually more for me in conditions like this. So I'm just taking it as I go. That's my best advice. As I learn, I share. I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer. Just comes to what works for me, and I'm just here to share that with you guys. So I'm gonna close this video out here. Just kind of keep them short, informed, and keep it moving from there. But so far we're still level. Haven't done anything crazy yet. So we're gonna take this down. I'm gonna watch episode of Flash, get to work, and then we'll catch you guys in the next video.